Hello YouTube, this is Metgath. This is my first video. If you have any comments, please leave them. I'm going to be playing Sky Factory 3. I'm sure most of you have already been familiarized with Sky Factory, but you start on top of this tree. Oh, and so you guys know there's only one thing that might be considered a cheat that I'm going to use. Well, two. One is I use this utility mode that comes with NEI. I use magnet mode so I don't lose any of my items to the void. And I also turn the rain off when it turns on. I do not like the rain. Yeah. So the crafting station I'm using was added by Tinker's Construct. It is used to, it's able to hold items in its inventory when you leave it, so you can show them to other people. Plus you see the items up on top. So this also has this mod pack has the ore excavation mod. Acts just like Vein Miner. So this tree is on top of a single block of dirt, as you guys can see. This is the world that you start with. And I used a crook to break the leaves because the crook added by one of the mods in this pack allows you to get silkworms and additional saplings from the leaves that you break. The silkworms you're able to put into the leaves. This will allow you to gain string, which you can use to create wool. You can also use it to create sieve meshes. So this mod also comes with one called the Tree Growth Simulator, which you can see in action right here. The green sparklies that are appearing are a bone meal effect generated by either crouching or running. One reason why they probably upgraded from the original Vein Miner that Sky Factory used to the ore excavation is the fact that Vein Miner changed, so you couldn't break all the blocks as long as you had an item in your hand, such as these saplings. You had to use an item that could actually be used to break that block. For example, if it called for an axe, like once this grows again, I will show you. I guess Minecraft does not, the regular oak wood doesn't say that. But anyway, and there were certain item blocks you couldn't break anymore with it. So, for example, if you wanted to add if you wanted to mine out a whole bunch of stone from a regular world, it would no longer work. Vein Miner would no longer mine all that out for you. Bacon Donut, the creator of this pack, probably did not like that, so he changed out to ore excavation. I know there's also a lot of server issues with Vein Miner. I used to play on a server called Realistic Colonies, and they switched off of Vein Miner because they were having a lot of problems with that pack and with that mod. apparently over the last few months had become really buggy, and it was causing a lot of rejections, even though the VeinMiner version in the server was the same as the VeinMiner distributed with the pack. Oh yeah, I need to replant. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm building this platform here. I build it out to a 21 by 21 square. I got this idea from a mod pack that was called, I think it was Sky City. It was an old 1.7.2 mod pack, and it was based off of the Sky Factory mod pack. And it's a good idea. I like doing it because once I get into farming, it allows me to place four maximum max size farm plots on the platform with no and it gives so it allows you to put 4 farm plots on a single section, and you have a walkway all the way around every plot. So one down the middle and one around the edge with all the farm plots in the middle. Of course, this is not the right size yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 5 at the moment. I'm working on the 6th row right now. So, okay. And in case anyone's wondering, the reason why I'm using the slabs as opposed to the planks, and I'm putting them on the bottom half of the block, is that if you only put them on the top half, I'll go ahead and make some more real quick so I can show you guys. Break the torch. And F7, I need to eat something real quick. F7 enables a lighting display. All of those yellow X's are places where mobs can spawn at night. If the X's say are red, then they're potential spawn locations during the day as well. So with all these on the bottom half, they're considered an incomplete. The surface of the block is considered an incomplete block, and mobs cannot spawn on incomplete blocks. So this effectively eliminates the possibility of mob spawning on any of this area. So that's why I build it on the bottom half of the block. And in just a moment here, I'm going to do a quick change. Okay, so that last video to this, that last section of the video to this section, the 9-minute mark, there's a bit of a jump there. I'm still learning how to use Microsoft's embedded video recording software that comes with Glass, and apparently it does not like when you take a game from full screen to non-full screen. It was in full screen, so I couldn't see my recording timer. So I needed to drop it out of that so I could actually see how long I've been recording to keep these videos at a decent length. So this here, how I handle this these big trees, is called a compressed crook. One moment. Okay. So the compressed crook consists of 4 regular crooks in the shape of a crook, and it gives you this one, which has 590 uses, whereas this one only has 128. So when I do this, it automatically puts the items up in here, and I can pull them straight out into my inventory. This here will go all the way to the top of the tree, and we'll have some left. I can break most trees in one go with the compressed crook. So, okay, so I've got another tree grown. The first part of this is pretty slow, so these first few videos are probably going to have quite a bit hacked out. As a matter of fact, I am going to do that now. This initial start can be pretty boring sometimes, and I know from personal experience that when you're trying to find something in particular from a recording, say you want to reference it in your own game, it can be really frustrating when you're digging through half an hour worth of stuff that's absolutely nothing, just people digging through chests and, for example, growing saplings endlessly, can be pretty frustrating. So, oh, and some of these items I'm going to explain real quick the origin of some of these items. I'm going to make a chest real quick, a couple of chests, and I'm going to explain them to you as I put them in. So this one here, Materials and You, is a walkthrough of Tinker's Construct, the various tools that you can make, an introduction, the materials that you can make the tools out of, modifiers that you can add to them, your smeltery, it allows you to double the output of your ores, the seared furnace, which allows you, I've never built it, but if I remember right, it allows you to bake more things at once, a Tinker tank, so it's a large fluid tank for storing stuff like lava and water. And then you can also make ranged weapons such as bows, javelins, that type of thing. So that has its own, bows have their own section because they can only be made out of a few materials. So that is this one. That used to be spread out, all that information used to be spread out over 4 different books. When you use this one, if you want to go to a section, you just click on it. You can take a look in there. You can go back and forth. You can mouse over, it'll tell you the name so you can look it up, show you how to make the different things, and this button here takes you right back to the start. It used to be that this is what you dealt with when you opened one of these books. You didn't have the back button, but you have that now. Very useful. So there's a donut and a piece of bacon, because it was made by Bacon Donut. The tin nugget. I'm not sure exactly why there's a tin nugget. I've never figured that one out. I've never found any use for the tin nugget at all. When I find out the purpose of the tin nugget, what it's a reference to, I will let you guys know. And this builder's wand. Bacon Donut used to do tutorials and stuff for these games, for this mod pack, for the Let's Play, did Let's Plays of it. And people kept telling him that he needed a builder's wand. However, builder's wands required unstable ingots, which they were really hard to get. They only dropped from certain mobs. And so he put this in as a reference, even though, since now there are easier wands to make. This let's see here. This right here. The stone, iron, and diamond wands, these are actually builder's wands. I'll show you how those work a little bit later. And then there's this achievement book, which is one of the best things that you can use. Talks about how it was made by Bacon Donut, how to use the book, the arrows that go back and forth, challenges separated into ages. You guys can pause the game at each of these points if you want to read them. And apparently it saved all these from my previous world. Okay, so this is how you can keep track of what you've done. This is more of a guide than anything else. You don't have to do all this stuff, but it certainly can help. Use a crook on leaves to get saplings into silkworm. I've done that. Twerk trees and saplings into a tree. That's the tree growth simulator. I've done that. Now these other ones I haven't done yet. You guys will see the purpose of all those as I check stuff off. And I will only check stuff off, so make actual progress while I'm recording. So this is the recipe to make an achievement stand, and what that does is it allows you to place your book, and you can actually look through it without having to have it in your inventory. All these saplings I don't really need right now. And this is the next item that you guys should be aware of. There's actually a couple of items. There's the wooden barrel, and the oak crucible. So the purpose of the wooden barrel, I'm putting this on top of it because it will keep rain from getting into it. That allows you to turn saplings into dirt. And you can see top center there, it says it's a wooden barrel and it's currently composting dirt. It tells you the percent complete and the mod that created that item. This one here is the oak crucible. When it's raining, this will gather water from the rain that's falling. The other way that you can do it is if you place 10 saplings, you can see it's turning into fluid. It's turning the organic material into a bucket of water. 10 saplings will get you 1 bucket of water. Your other method is if you use shears to gather leaves, you can then place leaves in there. If you have cacti, you can put those in there. Cacti give, each piece of cactus gives you 250 millibuckets. 1,000 millibuckets equals 1 bucket. So 4 pieces of cactus will give you 1 bucket of water. Now, digital guide and open computers manual, these are guides for different mods that are in it, which I haven't delved much into these. Hopefully over the course of these videos, this is what you'll see me go through those. Now it's a good idea when you play this mod pack to always keep saplings in your chest here. Put a chest down pretty quick. I waited a little long to do it. And keep saplings in it, because if you jump off the world, you die, you lose all your stuff. I did turn cheats on, so there's a couple things that I do. One is game rule, keep inventory on. Now, the only things I have in my inventory are these crooks, which are totally expendable. With this on, if this works right, so this is what happens when you fall off. You die. Now I respawn. It did not work. So you see this mark here, down there, there's going to be a piece of dirt. Yep, piece of dirt. So those crooks are gone. I can retrieve them later, but I'm not going to. It was just crooks. So that's an example as to why you need to make sure that you put a chest down, put all your stuff in it. Because if you're using ore excavator and you're pulling up a bunch of stuff and you fall off and all your saplings are in your inventory, game over. That's it. That's all. You have to start over. Either that or you have to use something like this. Cheat mode here in NEI gives you all these options where you can turn yourself into creative mode, and then you can give yourself your sapling back. But anyway, I'm not going to be using that. I don't need to use that. I've played Sky Factory. I've played Sky Factory 3 a little bit, but I know the various precautions to take to not need to do that. If you do let's say you do end up dying, but you saved your saplings, but you lose your achievement book, you can get it back. Like, let's say you fall off of that original tree. You can actually make an achievement book for yourself. Where is it? There it is. Achievement book. With a book. So that's either 2 blank patterns, a string, and 3 paper. Or 3 paper and 1 leather. The paper, it would delay you a while because you'd have to have sugarcane. Sugarcane will give you allow you to make the paper, which you can then use to make the book. The blank patterns are used by Tinker's Construct for making tool parts. That's how you'd make a blank pattern. I'm going to be doing those in a bit. But purple dye, you would have to get it. There's a lot you can do with the chickens now, or you can get it from flowers. Red dye from poppies. Yeah. Anyway, I am going to end this video for a moment. I will be back in a little bit.
Okay, everyone, and we are back. This is Metgath. As you can see, I've built my next platform over here, and I have 45 dirt in my inventory, so I have done a fair amount of farming of farming saplings. Now 50 dirt. I added a few more of these of the wooden barrels because I simply didn't have enough. And let's get rid of this rain. It just bothers me, that's all. There's no mechanical reason for it. It doesn't really interfere with anything that I do. I just don't like the rain. So, these 2 platforms are exactly the same size. The next thing I need to do, first off, let's go in here. I've made dirt. I don't think I've done that yet. Okay, so the next thing to do is use these silkworms on the tree that comes out of the sapling, and it used to take a lot longer for these leaves to get infested with the original Sky Factory. Now it goes very quickly. It won't take long for this tree to be fully infested. You can see that they change color as they become infested. And as they continue to get more infested, they turn more and more white. Until eventually they become, it's going to be pretty close to this color here. Once the leaves are all white, then they're done being infested. And I'm going to wait for a while. You can see it says that the progress is done, so those are all infested. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for a bit. Won't take long, as you can tell. Most of the leaves are completely infested already. This is how we get our string. We add silkworms to the leaves of a tree that's grown. Tired of waiting for that one to become infested, so now it is. That'll be the last one to change. So, go ahead and drop all this stuff in here. I'm not going to need it for now. Okay, it'll only take a few more moments for this one to finish up. As soon as it is, I'm going to go ahead and break them. That got me just over a stack of string. That's pretty normal. Sometimes when you do this, you end up getting some saplings from the leaves as well. That time I didn't. That's not a bad thing. It's not unusual. It happens sometimes. But as you can see, I have plenty of saplings. Missing a few from there isn't a problem. Ooh, that was a little close. I have a fear of heights, and that even affects me in games for some reason. I don't know why, but that's illogical fears for you. So, now, I have these. The next thing I need to do is I need to make a sieve. Go ahead and change some of these back into planks. Okay, so this is how you make a sieve. I'm making 4 of them because the regular sieves can link together. Put that in the wrong spot. There. So there's 4 sieves. These here can get me 7 string mesh. I'm only doing 4 right now because that's all I need. Now, the guy I've been working with online, I think he goes by the name Metgath. He does, yeah, anyway, there's a story behind that name, but I'm not going to tell you it. You can watch Metgath's channel if you want to know the story behind his name. All I'm going to say is that someone is kind of bent at him, but they can't do a darn thing about it. So anyway, this is what the sieves are used for. In order to get all of your stone and your various seeds, you sieve your dirt. As you can see, I've got various seeds in my inventory already, including regular Minecraft seeds. I've got a couple of what look like acorns, so the one that just increased, those are regular oak seeds, so acorns. The one to the right of them should be dark oak. So, we have grass seeds, 4 grass seeds, we have some carrot seeds. This stone is how you get, this stone is how you get your first cobblestone. The little stone pebbles. I got some birch seeds, some spruce seeds, some acacia seeds, jungle seeds, dark oak, I was right about those. Carrot, potato, and melon. So, there's the acacia, spruce, birch. I'm not actually using any of these seeds right now, so I'm just switching them over. So, I have 41 cobble. So what's the next thing we do with cobble? Okay, first over here, we've infested leaves. Use the crook on the leaves to get string. We've crafted a sieve and string mesh. We've collected rainwater. Well, we haven't collected rainwater in oak barrel. However, we did melt saplings in a wooden crucible. That one's done. You can craft in cobblestones. We did that. Next thing we need to do is create a hammer. So, this is what I like about the crafting station. It links directly into the chest off to the side. So, there's my hammer. So the next thing that we're going to do I'm going to make some dust. Once again, you can vein line all this stuff. And I just realized I did something earlier I shouldn't have done. That will now get thrown away. I added that in earlier, but I never used it, so, because I don't like cheating items in. Honestly, I don't know why. I think I was a little intoxicated at the time. So anyway, now we have this dust. This into here. I put that on there because that can spawn mobs. You can see that's full of water. Previously I had put some saplings in there. Add this and it becomes clay. I need to go grab some more saplings, because what I need to do is I need to turn all of this clay, I need to turn all this dust into clay. Now I'm going to make a furnace. There used to be slag furnaces. Unfortunately, I don't think that those are a thing anymore. Let's find out. Yeah, I don't see the slag furnace in that list, so the slag furnace is no longer a thing. Oh well, they weren't really that popular anyway. So, you take our furnace, each piece of oak will get you 1.5 of the oak wood cooked up into charcoal. We now have our fuel source. Our first fuel source anyway. There'll be other ones that come along later. What we're doing right now is we're getting ready to make a bucket, a clay bucket. So this creates mini charcoal. Mini charcoal is nice. I was recently introduced to this. Each of these charcoal, you see they burn for 1600 ticks. These ones burn for 200 ticks. That is 1/8 of the time. Each charcoal can cook 8 items. However, once it starts burning, it burns all the way through until it's done. Using the miniature charcoal, each of them burns 1 item. It takes 200 ticks for 1 item to burn. You can see when this bucket's done, there will only be 22 left. There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make an infinite water supply real quick. These are pretty simple to make. So, on, I'm going to change this stuff out. So, get this. So I have my second bucket worth of water being made. One of the things that bothers me is having these corners. So there's one bucket. When I put the other bucket in the other corner, it will create an infinite supply of water. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. If you like it, go ahead and hit like. I'm going to be adding these to a video playlist on YouTube, so you can just play right on through if you have the time or if you want to. As I add these in, I'm going to see about learning how to bookmark different things. So if you want to see, for example, the achievement stand and the achievement book that's in it, you can. If you want to see sieving dirt, have that bookmarked, so you just click. I've seen some people that do that. If you want to learn, the important parts. So anyway, actually I think I will wait until this is done so I can show you that, and then that will give me one more spot to link. It's almost done. So close to being done. When I post this, I chopped out that weight, so you guys don't have to sit there and simply watch the thing tick down. So here's how you create an infinite water supply. It will always renew unless you pull two off of the same side fast enough. Then it won't renew. Or if I replace this here, that kills that corner, and I can pull that out, and now it won't renew. As you can see, now it's flowing water on this side, but these two are the water source blocks. But now, okay, so I am ending the video now. If you like this series, just go ahead and subscribe, like it. If you don't like it, go ahead and leave a comment. If you like it, leave a comment. I will respond to your comments. This is Metgath, signing out.